So we all know that season 2 of MLB The Show 23 Diamond Dynasty it's been here for a couple days. It is Monday, it came out on Friday. So a lot of people have starting to gain some progress in Team Affinity and some other programs. But one thing that a lot of people tend to struggle with is Showdown. And Showdown, there are a lot of them that you're probably going to need to do if you want to make a ton of progress in these programs. We got a Team Affinity East Showdown, a Team Affinity Central, and a Team Affinity West, and a Kaiju as well. So there's 4 Showdowns that you guys are going to have to complete. And a lot of people actually struggle with these. So today I'm going to be giving you guys my tips on how to beat these. So one thing about these Showdowns is they're all the same in the fact that every single boss is like... Something that is kind of similar for all 4 of them is that there are only boss moments, so every time you lose, you have to restart. But yeah, so let's start with a Kaiju Series draft, just so I can walk you guys through. So as you can see, we have a bunch of hitters here. What you're going to want to do for these Showdowns, my first tip, is draft the best overall hitter every single time, regardless of their position. The reason why you're going to want to do that is because you're only playing in boss moments, which means you're only hitting. So literally the defense has no value at all because you're never pitching or in the field. Now I'm assuming that they aren't gonna they're not gonna bring up any pitchers in this showdown. But if they were, don't pick them. Pick hitters, because it's not gonna help you if you pick a pitcher and you don't have to worry about the defensive flexibility or the spots that they're in, when all you're doing is just hitting. So you can just put 1 through 9 your best hitters regardless of their position. So for example, I'm gonna go with Brandon Lau, right? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with Brandon Lau. And then Chase Utley, like for example in this round, I'm gonna go with Chase Utley. Even though I already have a second baseman, it doesn't matter because I'm drafting all of the best hitters. For this round, I'm gonna go with Sean Green. Yes, I'm gonna go with Sean Green. And this brings me to my next tip, which is draft preparedly, which is like basically saying know who you're facing the final boss. In the Kaiju, you're facing 97 overall Steven Strasburg. So Steven Strasburg is a right-handed pitcher. So that doesn't mean you draft lefties. It means you draft guys who have better stats against righties. So for example, Pete Alonso is a lot better against lefties than righties. Vlad on inside edge is pretty much balanced. Jazz Chisholm, and then Altuve. So the best option here, 84, 86, 84, 59, 96, 78. You can't go wrong with either of them. I'll go with Vladdy, but make sure you guys are making picks that'll help you for the final boss more. Like Salvi, for example, is 90 and 97, while Juan Soto is 95, 100. Willy Adames, not as good, and Correa, not as good. So I'm going to be taking Juan Soto here. So you guys get what I mean. Pick players based off of the final boss and don't care about their defense. So here's another example. George Springer, pretty good against lefties. Julio Rodriguez, Manny Machado, and Christian Bethancourt. So you got 68, 70 plus 6, so that's 76 and 74. Julio Rodriguez is basically around the same, so you can't go wrong with either of them. When they're around the same, I typically just pick the guy who's better against lefties, which is Manny Machado. Moving on, William Contreras is probably the pick here. Yes. Ooh, Chas McCormick is actually good against lefties, but we're facing a righty in the final showdown. Gotta pick William Contreras. For the quirks, literally only get stuff that has to do with hitting. Don't get any pitching quirks. I prefer to have exit velo perks, because if you get contact perks, you're probably just going to like get a couple extra singles. But if you get exit velocity perks, then it's going to help you hit for power, which is really what you need. So let's go with rally time, exit velocity boost while losing, and 2 outs, and then exit velocity boost while behind in the count. Don't forget to equip your perks. Now let's go to the lineup. And again, like I said, literally just get your best hitters in there, which they automatically were. And then literally just with the lineup there's basically one tip. Set your lineups for who you're playing. So for example, the first one is against Corey Kluber. So what I would do is I would stack my lineup with guys who dominate righties more than the ones who dominate lefties. So like, for example, lead off with probably Chase Utley, then go with Sean Green, and then down the line with these guys. And then, yeah, Machado go there. Contreras will probably go here. Yeah, he's better. And then you would do the same for lefties. So like, let's say instead of Corey Kluber, it was John Franco. I would just I would make my order 1 through 9, just the best guys versus lefties. And if you're facing a righty, do the same for righties. But still, while you're drafting, draft for the final boss, which is a righty in Steven Strasburg. Now here are some tips of advice for when you're actually playing the moments. Number 1, be patient. The number one thing with Showdown is patience. The pitchers throw a ton of balls in this mode. And if you're patient, not only will their stamina go down, but their confidence will go down as well, because you'll be getting meatballs down the middle. That's another thing too. Get that confidence down. If you're patient and you take a bunch of walks and then you hammer them, their confidence is going to be horrible. And then when their confidence is horrible, that's when they start lobbing pitches down the middle and you just crush them. So be patient. I know it's difficult if you're not good at the game. Try not to chase any pitches. If you're bad at chasing pitches, literally take your hands off the controller until there's 2 strikes. I do that sometimes in ranked. Do it in Showdown. Another tip too, when you are in the final Showdown, or honestly when you're in any of these, you're going to want to stack your bench with guys with speed. So, okay, what's his speed? 59. Let's see if I have anyone with good speed. Anywhere in like the 80s or, okay, 72. There. Just stack your bench with pinch runners, because you're never going to be using your bench because you have 9 goated hitters on your team. Obviously, I still have some commons because I haven't done a single one. But as you move on, you're going to have more really good hitters. So what you're going to want to do is use your bench for pinch runners, because once you get closer to the amount of runs that you need to score, what you're going to want to do is pinch run, because it'll take another 9 outs to get up to the hitter that you just pinch ran with. So you're not making too much of a risk. I don't necessarily think stealing is a good option. You can steal until there are like a certain amount of runs or outs. I don't remember what that weird thing is in Showdown, but it's like if you steal over and over, like they don't even throw over until there's like 8 outs or like 8 runs or something like that. That too. But when you have your bench, you're going to want to have pinch runners, because if you can be aggressive on the base pass and sneak in some runs, that'll help you a lot. One last tip, no double plays. It's unbelievable how much they kill you. If you have a double play, it's going to completely destroy your confidence, and it's going to improve the pitcher's confidence, and it takes away so many outs and takes away so many runs. Just if you have a double play set up, just try to hit it in the air. Just don't hit a ground ball. If you know you're going to be on top of it, don't swing at it. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, but most importantly, make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. So yeah, I'm your host, Nick from Big Heads Gaming. Big shout out to you guys on the support lately. My Team Affinity tier list video is now at 3,000 views, which is crazy to think about. But shout out to you guys. And also the 2,500 sub giveaway is coming up soon. I actually just got home today. If you could see the chair behind me, that symbolizes that I'm at home. So yeah. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.